What's up, everybody? This is Bryson Fowler, Boss Talks on the Rooftop, and we're live. Today we're going to spotlight a Black Cigar Company, as it is our tribute to Black History Month. Black History is 24/7, 365 days a year. So we're going to let you know that, hey, these are the cigars that we're spotlighting are Black-owned or Black-controlled by different CEOs in the cigar industry. So bear with us while we deep dive into these cigars. Now, today's cigar I am introducing to myself. Maybe new to you, maybe old to you, but hey, let's welcome and let's have a cigar toast to a few, right? I am showing 85 Ochocinco's Chad Johnson's Bo Vida. Now, AKA means the good life, right? This is a Toro, it's a 6x52, and the filler itself, we're going to cut it with our Kingpin Luxury cutter. Go to kingpinluxury.com, pick you up a straight cut. You can never go wrong with the straight cut. So, back to the cigar. It is a hybrid. It's a Honduran Nicaraguan blend. The filler is a Honduran Nicaraguan blend with a San Andres Mexican wrapper, right? And the binder is Nicaraguan. So now I have been with my particular palate, I have been drawn to San Andres or a Sumatra. So that's my palate as it's maturing. Those really vibe well with me. So I was thoroughly excited and surprised that I'm telling you, my hands just gravitate or my eyes just recognize right off the bat San Andres, Sumatra. And like he has an assortment of cigars that he's released, but I gravitated to the Bovita, and plus I love the name, the interpretation of the good life. I love that. And it says legends live forever. Chad Ochocinco, my brother, you are a legend in the game. What you did in football and the NFL, celebrations, they can never top yours. So I believe you should be in the Hall of Fame, and hopefully you will be soon rather than later. So we're gonna light this with our Kingpin Luxury torch. You can also pick up at kingpinluxury.com. And get it a good even toast. Be careful not to burn the cigar. This is a good smoke. And I gotta tell you, for me, it's probably because my palate thoroughly enjoys a San Andreas Nicaraguan blend. But no, like it has that after hint of cocoa. After hint of cocoa, and it has that fresh like cashew, like fresh cashews with the after hint of cocoa, and then it has a spice right to it. It's just just a hint of spice. Yeah, guys, I don't think you'll be disappointed with this Bovita by 85 by Ochocinco Chad Johnson. This is a good quality smoke. And you think being a celebrity or a former athlete's stick, you'd think it would be pricey, and it's not that pricey. Now, don't get me wrong, this stick could have easily been like $30 if with the ingredients and how it smokes. But it is, I think it's fairly well priced, depending on what area you're in. Now, if you drive the demand up, then the price probably goes up. But at this particular price point, I would have not thought that I would have gotten this great of a smoke. So, because a lot of athletes have tried the cigar industry and haven't been that well successful behind it, just because you can't cheapen the process. You can't cheapen the process. Some people white label their cigars and put their name on it, which their name rings loud, but in this industry, you got to earn your keep, right? And by God, I don't know how long he plans on doing it, but for this particular blend here, he got something. He got something, man. And yeah. So a lot of you guys are probably wondering, like, hey, what up, Lure Cigars? Southern Texas, Dallas, what's going on? Probably wondering, like, have I had a bad cigar yet? Yes, I have. I have had a bad cigar before. This ain't it. And then too, we're not gonna show bad cigars. We're gonna promote cigars that are good. Like, this platform is based off of good quality, right? If I don't like it, you're not gonna see it. Now, this is my first reaction, and just from my first initial reaction off of trying this cigar, and just from going to my cigar lounge, my local cigar lounge, and I say, hey guys, who are the black-owned cigar lines that you carry? And they show me a group of them, right? And then when I walk to it, they tell me this is good, this is this, and this. Now I also have tried most of the cigars that's out there. So like if I'm really just seeing if they're gonna match my energy, right? And so then I can really go in. Lure Cigars, I am smoking the Bovita by 85 Cigars, Chad Ochocinco. Again, it's a 6x52, so it's a Toro, and it has a San Andreas wrapper, has a hybrid blend of Honduras and Nicaraguan, and with the binder of Nicaraguan. It is a really good smoke. If you don't have it in your humidor, put it in your humidor. Lure Cigars, it is a good smoke. Like, took the words right out of my mouth. And I love the meaning behind the name. It's called AKA the Good Life. You cigar toast to this. This is living to the good life. So what I did today was I gave it a straight cut with my Kingpin Luxury cutter. And then what I did, I torched it with my Kingpin Luxury torch. Now you can pick these up at kingpinluxury.com. And you can go check out more episodes of Boss Talks on the Rooftop on YouTube. We have over 100 episodes that you can either learn from, or just, if you're just looking to be inspired. There's so many great people on these episodes that have come on and shared their story with me. Boss Talks on the Rooftop is about the opportunity of learning other people's rooftop moments. All right, little cigars. We'll see you later, brother. Yeah, this line, Ochocinco he really did some work behind this. So he really did some work behind this, and I can appreciate him actually getting a team and going and learning and doing the work and learning what is going to be a good blend and what could be a win for him. I can appreciate that. So my next thing, I was at a cigar lounge earlier today, and I was talking to a man. We'll call him Grumpy Old Vet, right? He had on a sweater that said Grumpy Old Vet, and you know what? He was like, I'm not a grumpy old vet, but like everything he said was like he said it like it was an old man just annoyed with everything that any young person has to say. And I loved every bit of it because it was hilarious. The man, he had on his headphones, sitting at the table. He had on his headphones, and he was by himself. And, usually I leave people alone. But he was by himself. I was sitting there minding my business. And then, I was like, man, what is he listening to? Because he seems unbothered by everything that's going on around him. Like, it's loud, there's drinks flowing, people, trying to get chairs, trying to find seating. It's, it's a side chick holiday, you know what I mean? But we're not going to call it that. But it's still funny. Because I was just like, say, bro, what are you listening to, sir? And he was listening to Lettucey or Lettucey, however, depending on who you're talking to, right? That's how you say that woman's name. And I was like, yeah, she's a whole vibe. He was like, man, I thought it was multiple people. It's just one person. I was like, yeah, it's just her with that powerful voice she has. She's a powerful, soulful voice. She also sung the national black anthem during the Super Bowl. Just if you guys are trying to figure out who I'm talking about, that's what I'm talking about. And we got into talking about his time in the service and just how because I said, thank you for your service. And he says, thank you for your tax dollars. No, okay. And so he saw the slack gaze on my face, that's a weird response, but it's true. And he goes, yeah, because your tax dollars paid me to serve, paid for my education, and continues to pay for my pension. So thank you for your tax dollars. And I thought that was a crazy response to have from thank you for your service, to hear a veteran actually say that back to me. And I was like, oh, okay, well, you're welcome. Go figure. You're welcome. I mean, we both had a good reciprocity of appreciation, right? Because I'm appreciative that he go overseas and he gave his life for his country, or he served for his country, and he served in the military faithfully. He was honorably discharged twice. He did two terms, and he was just telling me about his travels from Saudi Arabia to Germany, and he was just cranky. And so he was grumpy old vet. So he was grumpy. Yeah, I think he said it was 59 or 69. But I was like, dang, yeah, you're a little grumpy. Okay. He was like, man, I'm not grumpy. I was like, the shirt. And then, like, how you talk, yeah, you kind of, why are you mad? Why are you mad at kids? But I digress. So we started talking, and a gentleman next to us pulled out a poker, right? It wasn't me. It wasn't me. I had to I reach over and grab a poker real quick because I wasn't planning on telling the story. But it wasn't me. But he grabbed out a poker just like so, right? Now, you can either use a cigar poker to stuff the tobacco in, help aerate the holes out if it's taking too much to draw. Right? Say it's not drawn like that, you can poke a little holes in it and stuff it to kind of irrigate the smoke flow, right? And so a gentleman sat there, or sometimes you can put the end of the poker. So, like, if you're like me, which I absolutely hate when people waste cigars by not smoking it all the way down to the nub. If you're like me, I smoke mine all the way down to the nubs to where my fingertips is touching, just like that, right? So that's what a poker is used for, so you can, right? So he was like, man, I can't stand to see anybody with a cigar poker. And I was just like, well, any man with a cigar poker. He was like, for the women, that's one thing. But for a man with a cigar poker, I'm going to take your man card. That's what he said. He said, I got to pull your man card, right? And I was just like, wow. I mean, sure. Look here, man. I don't give a damn. Pull a man card all you want. I'm going to get another one because that's how much of a man I am. I got several man cards. Like, just, I am a man all the way through. Just so it leads me to believe, because we had a conversation about this for a good 30, 45 minutes, right? Just going on and on about why he felt the way. And I was just like, I'm jeering and jabbing at him because hearing cranky old men be cranky old men and say they're not being cranky old men is hilarious to me. And it's good cigar conversation to me, you know what I'm saying? My grandfather passed away years ago, so whenever I get a chance to sit down and talk with an older man or older gentleman, and they got somewhat good sense, I listen. And then we're just able to vibe over the leaf. Cool. But then we started talking about this poker, and not this particular poker. This is my poker. It was another man that had a poker out in public, which it is what it is. Do your thing. No judgment here. I'm going to make fun, but I'm not going to judge you. Yeah, I'll laugh and sniggle. No, I ain't going to judge you. And I'll say it to your face, too, and then be laughing, and we'll share a cigar. Well, we'll sit down and have a cigar conversation. We're not going to share a cigar like you take a puff, I take a puff, you take a puff. Because I'm not sharing my Bovita Turo with nobody. You can get your own. Or I'll get you one, It is what it is. So, anyway. So, my thoughts to you guys is because now this poker, this cigar poker was actually gifted to me by a man of, he goes by the Cigar Refuge on IG. So go check him out. He's a brother. So he gifted me this. Now, these things come with a cap. You put a cap on the top of it. He has the patent for the cigar caps that go on top of your poker. Right? So, great accessory, great cigar accessory, great gift idea. Thank you to Sam of the Cigar Refuge for my gift, which he gave me. I think he gave this to me about a year ago. So I've been rocking with it. But again, it goes to my point. In the cigar community, a man using a cigar poker, masculine, feminine, sassy, or classy, how do you feel about it? I want to know. I want to know. Put your comments in the comment section. Say yay if it's masculine. Say nay if it's feminine, and say IONO if you don't know, right? Or doesn't matter, right? Because at the end of the day, what helps you enjoy your cigar experience? Like if you're enjoying such a cigar such as this Bovita, Bovita. Like I can't run them all together. I gotta say them correct syllables. It's just how my brain works. So anyway, this 85's Bovita, and the tagline says "Legends live forever," which is a great tagline. And the cigar's nickname, aka the Good Life. Big Country, what's going on, baby? And again, this Bovita is San Andreas wrapper, Mexican San Andreas wrapper, a Nicaraguan Honduran blend filler, right? And the binder is Nicaraguan. So this for all intents and purposes, I was going to like this from the jump. Just if I would have read the specs and description on the tag from picking it up. Oh man, I appreciate you for all you do, Big Country. Y'all go check out Big Country Cigars, but this ain't about you. We know you got good sticks, bro. Big Country Cigars, go check out his review. I did a few days ago. If you're tuning in, so this leaf here, this cigar here, I was bound to actually like, just because that's what my palate has matured into, and I've really been able to lock in on the notes that really just make my mind go woosah, right? Because I'm all about let's chill, let's have a spirit or two, and we can either talk about some business stuff, get a few ideas going, or we can just shoot the shit and just have a good time. Don't make me know, never mind. And this is the common denominator, right? So, Big Country, if you're just coming in, yay or nay on cigar pokers? So, I was sitting there talking to my grumpy old vet. I use cigar poker. He said, you know what? Because it's you, I'm not going to say nothing, but I'm going to laugh at you, right? He said, because we done had this conversation now. I'm going to laugh at you if I see you out and you pull out the cigar poker and you're just sitting in front of me. And I said, yeah, and I'm going to puff it just like this. And I'm going to see you and I'm going to toast up to you too. He said, man, whatever, right? And so he doesn't believe that it's a masculine thing. Military, 2 tours, man's man type of guy. Old school player. So don't get me wrong. He's a married man, but I say old school player just because we got in deep with life. You know what I'm saying? So we just really talked on the level as men. Now, ladies, that's not to say anything about you as far as this ain't about you right now. Valentine's Day was yesterday. It was about you yesterday. We're really just having guy talk conversations, right? And so if a woman pulls out a cigar poker, women, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all, women make the accessory world what it is. Women push and promote every aspect of the industry, especially black women. Black women will take something and multiply it, where some counterparts will take some and do addition or subtraction. Man, there's something about our black women in our community who are on they stuff. They know how to multiply what you provide them, and that is something to be appreciative and champion on. Using a poker doesn't define your masculinity. It don't. It really don't. But what my take is on it, though, if I say use the accessories. Use the accessories. It's going to make your experience that much greater. If you're the type of person that don't like your fingertips burnt or anything like that, look at my hands. My hands are beautiful, baby. You know what I'm saying? You'll never know that I do work in construction. I'm rough, but you know what I'm saying. I keep this together. God bless me with some beautiful features. I must say. I don't mind talking about myself. Whatever. I know. Anyway, so so I digress. That's why we want to come and help come into your cigar experience, Kingpin Luxury, right? We want to add to your experience. Like this torch here is to add to the aesthetic of your lifestyle, right? And then another thing that he corrected me on, he lovingly gave me correction, and I'm a man that can accept correction. I can't accept criticism because it doesn't work. But if you're lovingly correcting me or trying to enhance and help develop more of what you see, cool. By all means, I'm all ears. Critics, I just whatever. But if you're lovingly correcting an action within a brother, from another sister to another brother, like, look, that's what we got to do. That's what brings us together with this, is that we're able to have these conversations. And so, back to the topic of accessories. Women really do drive the accessory world because they'll see something where it's like, you breed, like, ingenuity is bred out of necessity. So the need for a luxury lighter to add to your lifestyle. Now, the correction that I was referring to was, I was saying, yeah, I need something to pay for my hobby. He said, no, you need something to pay for your lifestyle, because this cigar world is a lifestyle. And not only is it a lifestyle, it's a lifestyle of luxury and leisure, not a hobby. So, guys, if anything, if you it's those little gems, because gems are caught, not taught. And if you're listening, you'll catch all the gems in the world that's meant for you at that particular moment. So going forward, like, I understand, like, when I'm talking to people, I can't cheapen my lifestyle, right? You see what I did there? I can't cheapen and say it's a hobby, because you cheapen it. When this here is a luxury lifestyle. This is a luxury leisure. This is the lifestyle that, hey, the good life. Y'all see what I'm saying? This is a Bovita, the good life. So when he was saying what he was saying about the poker, I was just like, that makes sense for his level. But for me, it's like, well, if indeed this is a lifestyle, you want to live the lifestyle to the fullest. Now, whether that is okay, now that's one drawback. I can't talk for long winds without puffing and not having to relight it. See, I'll give you a real feedback, but it doesn't take away from the flavor and the actual enjoyment of the smoke. That means I gotta puff more and talk less, right? So what the man was saying to me, and what I'll put together is that while we're enjoying this lifestyle, this luxury lifestyle, because we call it kingpin luxury, and I believe that what we provide are luxury accessories to enhance the lifestyle, your lifestyle. So, and what I mean by that example is if you're wearing a suit, you pull out one of those kingpin luxury torches and you light your Vitola, you have just illuminated not only the dark place, you also ignited a conversation start, right? You're already standing out because you're smoking a Vitola. Now you're showing what this lifestyle is truly about when you pull out a kingpin luxury torch and it has a clock on it that works and a flame that's blue, and then it lights your Vitola with such evenness and such preciseness that or hit us up in the DMs. And remember, storms don't last, but your home should. Peace. Two Fingers.